Narrator. $34 trillion. That's how much debt the United States government owes. But the real question isn't just how big the number is. It's what it means for you, your job, your savings, your future. This isn't just about government spending, it's about the survival of the American economy as we know it. Welcome to Future Finance. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the U.S. national debt crisis, and exposing what they're not telling you. Direct Hit, Part 1, Understanding the U.S. National Debt. Narrator. Let's start with the basics. The U.S. national debt is the total amount of money the federal government owes to creditors. This includes both public debt, money borrowed from individuals, corporations, and foreign governments, and intragovernmental holdings, which is debt the government owes to itself, like the Social Security Trust Fund. Bar chart debt breakdown, 2025. Total debt, $34 trillion plus. Debt held by the public, $27 trillion. Intragovernmental holdings, $7 trillion. Brain. Why does the government borrow? The U.S. spends more than it earns through taxes. This budget deficit gets covered by borrowing, through treasury bonds, notes, and bills. Warning, Part 2, How We Got Here. Scroll historical context. 1980, debt was around $900 billion. 2001, $5.8 trillion. 2008, financial crisis $10 trillion. 2020, pandemic stimulus rapid rise to $27 trillion. 2024 to 2025, soaring past $34 trillion. Collision. Key drivers of debt growth. Military expenditures, $877 billion in 2022 alone. Social Security and Medicare, 50+ million Americans rely on it. Tax cuts, like the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Emergency spending, like COVID relief and economic bailouts. Interest payments on existing debt, nearly $1 trillion in 2025. Part 3, The Unsustainable Debt Path. Narrator. As interest rates rise, so does the cost of servicing our debt. By 2030, interest payments could surpass defense spending. This is where things get dangerous. Red circle. The debt spiral. Government borrows more to pay off old debt. More debt equals higher interest payments. Higher interest equals less money for public services. Less public investment equals slower economic growth. Slower growth equals lower tax revenues. Lower revenue equals more borrowing. And the cycle continues. Magnifying glass. Tilted left. What economists say. CBO prediction, debt could hit $50 trillion by 2034. IMF warning, US is on a fiscally unsustainable path. Money bag, Part 4, Who owns this debt? Narrator. Many people believe China owns most of our debt. That's not entirely true. Bar chart. Debt ownership, 2024. U.S. public and institutions, 70%. Foreign holders, 30%. China, $860 billion. Japan, $1.1 trillion. UK, Luxembourg, Ireland, and others. Magnifying glass. Tilted left. Risks of foreign dependence. Foreign governments could dump treasuries, spiking U.S. interest rates. Currency devaluation. Potential geopolitical leverage over the U.S. Part 5, Impact on you. Narrator. Okay, $34 trillion sounds bad. But how does this affect your daily life? A lot more than you might think. Housing. Higher debt equals higher interest rates equals higher mortgage rates. Example, a 1% interest rate hike equals $200 plus more per month on a 30-year mortgage. Credit card. Credit and loans. Auto loans, student loans, credit cards become costlier. Average American household debt now exceeds $100,000. Shopping bags. Inflation and prices. More borrowing can devalue the dollar. Imported goods become expensive. Everyday prices rise: groceries, gas, medicine. Briefcase jobs and wages. Rising debt equals less federal spending on infrastructure and innovation. White heavy checkmark, Part 8, Possible Solutions. Narrator. There's still time, but it requires political courage and public awareness. Hammer and wrench solutions being discussed. Spending cuts, military, welfare, subsidies. Tax reform, broaden base, close loopholes. Entitlement reform, adjust retirement age, benefit structure. Debt ceiling rules, enforce stricter limits. Bipartisan agreements, like the Simpson-Bowles Plan, 2010. Lightbulb modern monetary theory, MMT. Some economists argue governments that print their own currency don't need to worry about debt, but critics warn it's a risky path to inflation. Narrator. Here's the truth: the US national debt is a ticking time bomb. And whether you're rich or poor, young or old, it will shape your future. So don't just watch this video, share it. Talk about it. Because the only way out is through collective awareness and action. Loudspeaker like. Share. Subscribe to Future Finance. Because your financial freedom begins with knowledge.